This is Business Today and Marlon Madden. Villa rentals remain a big contributor to the Barbados economy. However, Chief Executive of Terra Caribbean, Andrew Malalou, says there is a new trend in the way visitors are accessing those properties. He's also keeping an eye on a noticeable dip in the number of British visitors to the island, since the UK remains the #1 source market for villa rentals.
So we've seen some growth in the villa rental market. Obviously, the other big change that's happening in the villa rental market is the change in how people find villas around the world. Traditionally, they used to go to tour operators and travel agents. Today, there's all kinds of online platforms that people are using, and Barbados more and more has to be in that. We've heard a lot of talk about Airbnb and homes away and villa by rental by owner, many different things. So those are the trends that we're seeing. Overall, tourism numbers are up, is generally good for us. Our source market maybe not up as strongly as we would have hoped. And that's generally the trend that we are seeing from our perspective as real estate and tourism.
Malalou was addressing a media conference yesterday to officially launch the Red Book, an annual publication by Terra Caribbean, which gives a detailed analysis of the real estate market here. According to the publication, the average value of property prices in Barbados has declined over the past 10 years. It noted that there was a 10% increase in the value of beachfront land and a 2% increase in the value of the beachfront apartment segment of the market. Business facilitation remains a major headache for micro and small enterprises here, and partner at Lex Caribbean Barbados office, Melanie Jones, wants to see that barrier removed in both the private and public sector.
I think that business facilitation in Barbados is not as good as it could be. I think there is an enormous potential both in the private sector and in the public sector to increase business facilitation. Barbadians in all walks of life and foreign people who come here to do business do have quite a lot to say about how long routine processes take to complete and how difficult it is sometimes to even know what is the process, what are the documents you need, how long will it take to achieve this process and so forth. And I think that we have a very serious challenge before us, and we really need to take up the mantle of that challenge through public and private sector collaboration to increase and improve business facilitation.
Prime Minister Freundel Stuart is the National Productivity Champion for the Year of Productivity, which is being observed from January 2017. Stuart underscored the importance of productivity, describing it as the pivot on which the entire society spins, while noting that it was one of the biggest challenges the country is facing. He made the comments recently during a meeting at Illawarra Court to discuss the National Year of Productivity. In an attempt to lower the number of plastic bags being used in Barbados, one private sector organization has embarked on a drive to help supply the market with reusable shopping bags. As part of an initiative launched last October, the Williams Group of Companies has presented the Future Center Trust with 500 reusable burlap bags as part of a program to introduce about 7,000 of the items. Operations Director of NSR Limited Everick Eastman tells Business Today the Williams Group is very concerned about the lack of recycling as well as garbage disposal.
And I estimate that if it is used as it should, we can probably save about 2 million of those plastic bags going into the dump annually, just from this small volume. So it is something that we certainly will look at it in the medium and long term as well, but this is the first initiative of so doing.
Program Coordinator of the Future Center Trust, Tracy Edwards, welcomed the donation, and she said a number of retailers are beginning to encourage the use of reusable shopping bags. However, she says she would like to see the number increased. The bags will be sold at retailers across the island.
I'm not sure if we're at the point to say satisfied. I'm certainly not. We have numerous businesses in Barbados, and not everyone is currently on board. But we can't say that we are satisfied with the response from some retailers. As a matter of fact, this started a few years ago when we had the non-plastic bag, reusable shopping bag day. And since then, we've had BICO being on board. So Joanne Pooler, she has take this a bit further, and they have included a number of other retailers.
Now for today's financial tip. When seeking to own a home, consider all the costs that go into it. It is also important to decide if you want to build your own house or buy one that is already built for you. That's been Business Today. Join us again next Tuesday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb subscribing to our e-paper and liking us on Facebook. I'm Marlon Madden.